Hi everyone, welcome to the Self-Source CEO Masterclass. Ah, excited does not even cover how I feel about what we're going to do today in this session. We're going to go really, really deep, and my intention is to support you to create a quantum leap within you and your life, and really through the embodiment of being more of who you are, to start to really lead your life from your heart, from your soul, okay? Not pie in the sky out there, but in here as you in the world, okay? So I want to make it really tangible. So it's creating really impactful, tangible changes in your life, not from anything outside of you, simply for you coming deeper into yourself. Hey, Radhika. Deeper into yourself and embodying more of your truth. Okay? It is a free masterclass. I would invite you to treat it as something that you've paid a lot of money for, whether you're on live or you're watching on the replay. This masterclass, you'll get the most out of it when the energy is activated, and it's working with the basic law of attraction. Where attention goes, energy flows. So if we're watching a masterclass and a training like this and we're on our phone responding to messages, or even folding the washing, right, you're not going to get the fullest impact. So I invite you to have your attention on it, and you really will feel the results. Okay. There will be a replay, like all of these sessions, there will be a replay for you to access. If you're in the self-sourced mastermind or the self-sourced membership, the replay will be added into your portal in the usual spaces. If you're not, you can still access the replay. It will be saved within Self-Sourced Inner Circle Facebook group. Okay, so this one will not be on Kajabi unless you're in Self-Sourced, but you'll still get the replay. It'll just be in the guides section of the Facebook group. Okay. And I'll also be creating space at the end for some hot seat coaching, to answer any questions, to allow space for whoever wants to come on and share their contemplations and reflections. I feel like it will be a higher experience for you if we go through the training and the process first, and then leave plenty of space at the end for questions. Quite often these sessions are interactive all the way through, and when I really tuned into these teachings and what we're doing here today, it just felt like a higher experience to keep the questions to the end, because you're going to answer your own questions and you're going to get so much guidance as we go through. Okay, so there'll be plenty of space at the end. Everyone who has a question, everyone will get their questions answered, and everyone will get a chance to share if that feels good for you. At the end, after we've done questions, I'll also be sharing how you can move forward. Okay, so for those of you who are not in self-source or working with me in any way, I'm going to share some information on how you can move forward with me in my private coaching, in self-sourced, and also a day retreat that I'm hosting in July. Okay, but I'll do that at the end, because if you're already working with me and it feels complete, you can drop off the call. Okay, or if you do this masterclass and it feels complete, you can drop off the calls. But if you're interested in moving forward, I'll be sharing the different ways that you can do that. Okay, so that's our housekeeping out the way. I'm going to invite you to just tune into your heart space. Okay, start to tune into your energetic heart. And just taking those rich, deep breaths into your heart space. And placing all of your attention and all of your energy on your energetic heart space. And if you've not already done so, placing your hands over your heart. Allowing for a letting go of anything that you've been worrying about, clinging on to, controlling, overthinking, overlogicking. Simply allowing a release through the breath and allowing for that breath to be released through your heart. And knowing that your heart is the place that can transmute any trauma, any healing, any pain, any resistance. And on your inhale, really start to feel yourself dropping deeper and deeper into your heart space. Some of you might feel the energy moving. Some of you might feel your heart space expanding. Some of you might just feel a knowing or a feeling, or you may just trust that it's all working exactly how it should and it's all perfect. And just feeling into the truth that I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. And for this time, just inviting you to put down anything that you need to do. Put down the things that you still are working to figure out. And really just tune into your energy to receive. And there's nothing that you need to do to shift your energy. Just allow it to be. And for this session, I want you to energetically lean back. And you might feel your body moving back. As you remember how supported you are and how supported you've always been. How supported you are by the divine, by the universe, source, God, whatever your relationship is with the higher power. and staying connected. Fully aware, fully awake. Bringing yourself back into this session, ready to start. And just for you, taking a moment to notice how you feel, the difference in how you feel now to how you felt coming on to the session. This is the power of your heart. Coming back into this space again and again and again on repeat brings us back into our soul, back into our truth, back into the connection that we all have with the divine. It's coming back into our heart portal. So our heart is the portal of connection to our soul and to source. It's our portal into our limitless potential. Okay, it's our heart, our heart. So my intention for self-sourced CEO is really to support you to deepen into leading you, your life, your business from your soul. Okay, go deeper into your purpose, go deeper into your truth, your mission. I passionately believe that we are here to embrace and embody our purpose in this life. Our purpose isn't just our business, it's not just the work that we do, it's our purpose is in all areas of life. A big part of my purpose is being a mum, okay, being a wife. So our purpose is living in the way that we live by our soul aligned values. So to deepen into our purpose and also to have some, I'm going to say fun and play at with our energetics, okay? To create we're going to be going through a soul aligned quantum jumping technique. It's an incredibly powerful technique, and it's a process to create quantum leaps in your life. Okay, I have been using this tool personally for a year and a half. It's incredible. Okay. And more recently, I've been training with Anna Kitney in her soul aligned coach method. So I'm now licensed to use this technique with my clients. I've been using it with my private clients. The results have been absolutely amazing. I'll share more about that. And for the very first time ever, this is the first time I've used this technique in a group session. So I'm so excited about it, and I'm so excited for you as well because it's super powerful. A wee bit about me, just very briefly. I know most people on here, but there's some new people watching the replay. So I'm Frankie Sakon. I'm an intuitive mentor and founder of the Self-Source membership. I'm passionate about supporting heart-led founders, entrepreneurs, leaders to scale their business through soul aligned success, through alignment, and absolutely thrive in their personal lives without any compromise. I know that we can have the most amazing relationships, the family freedom that we want, whatever family is for you, and the soulful success. I work with people who are here for more than financial gain. We get to create a lot of money. Financial abundance is a big part of it. But I work with people who care about creating results beyond financial gain. Okay, so it's all about creating an impact. The energetic work and what we're getting into today is how I lead. My background is in marketing as well. I've got a business background, so I sync both, but always leading through energetics, spirituality, leading through soul, but very much bringing the practical aspect with the marketing and business growth in it as well, so that it can all make sense. We need both, right? We need both to create results. Okay. So yeah, my intention for this session is for you to create a quantum leap within yourself that will translate into a key area of your life, okay? And you can choose what that area is. I know for some people it'll be very clear. It's a business result, it's a financial result, it's a new product, a new team structure, okay? And for the others, it'll be on the relationship side or on the health side, okay? Intuitively, you'll know what you want to focus on in this session, okay? The results with the quantum jumping process, as I said, the results that I'm seeing in people are absolutely amazing. So just know that there's like the potential in this and what's available to you in this session really is boundless. So I did a session with a client, reached out. She is a heart-led entrepreneur. She's got multiple companies and she's creating 20k months Australian dollars. She lives in Sydney. So it's these 20k months and she's creating an empire and she wanted to shift into 100k months, but she had no idea how to do it. Absolutely no idea how to do it. We went in, we did this quantum jumping process and she got the clarity and it was so much simpler. Okay. So whatever it is that you're coming into this session with, whether you're really looking for a big quantum leap in your business, and I know that so many of you are on the edge, or whether you are wanting to manifest a soulmate or create a change in a relationship and it feels like the impossible, I want you to know that it's absolutely possible. Every single scenario that you could give me, I've seen it happen. There's not one person that I've not been able to see. So whether the person who's a single mum with kids, the person who has been stuck on a certain level of income, the person who's responsible for their entire family and it's all on them, like every single example, the couple who thought that they were getting divorced, they never got divorced. The person who's thought they'd never have a healthy relationship with their mum, okay, the one who felt like the black sheep in the family. All of these examples, through using the energy work, it might not be the quantum jumping technique, but through the principles of the energy work that we're using today, all of these examples, people have made what feels like miracle results, and that's the power in your energy work, okay? So I just want to start off by sharing some fundamentals in quantum energetics, okay? I'm not going to go too deep, just going to share at a very, very high level so that there's a baseline there for the conversation today, okay? So what I'm going to say, a lot of you will already know this, but as we tune in, we're always deepening in, okay? So this conversation today will be based on quantum energetics synced with spirituality, okay? And as I said, I'm not going to get too technical. There's loads of resources there for those of you who want to go deeper. So we're energetic beings in a physical body. Okay, everyone on this call, we know that there's so much more to us than our mind and our body. Okay, we're spiritual beings in an energetic body. And our soul was coming in and living in this lifetime through the body, but we're energy and we're interdimensional beings. Okay, so we've lived in other timelines, we can access different timelines, okay, and we've had previous lives. This sinks in, this part of us can be accessed through our heart. That's our power portal. We have 8 chakras, which are all magic and in different ways, and each of our chakras are intuitive. Each of our chakras are power portals that we can connect into the divine through. But our heart is the one that we can go really deep. We can tap easily into the quantum field through the heart. We can easily get guidance from our soul and source through the heart. It's been scientifically proven. Our heart isn't bound by time. It can see into the future. This is now scientifically proven. It can see into the future and it can see into the past. My work is more focused on the future just because that's what I'm passionate about and that's how I'm guided to work. It's what I'm fascinated about, but you can also do a lot of past work through your heart as well. Our being, as a being, we are mostly made up of light, okay? We don't see it in the eye, but we're mostly made up of light. So our aura, like an entire beingness. It's some people think we're mostly made up of water, but we're not. We're mostly made up of light. So under certain quantum physics like lenses, we would be able to see all of our light. Okay, and that's our energy. That's essentially our energy. And with the universe, our energy is our currency. So everything in our life is a reflection of the light of the energy, essentially absolutely everything. With the one exception, okay, sometimes we change our energy and it takes a wee while for life to catch up. So it's either everything in life is either a reflection of our energy now or a past energy that we've changed. Okay. So we label this energy thoughts, feelings, emotions, but below all that, it's just energy, and everything is energy. Everything is energy that the universe responds to, and that's our energetic signature. Okay, so when we change our energetic signature, and we're going to be doing that today in a big way through the quantum jumping process, and even now you might be feeling your energy moving, the session's coded in that way. So when we intentionally change our energetic signature, the universe responds to that. So we can go in and intentionally change our signature, like to be in alignment with our truth, with our desires, with our purpose. And when we do that, the universe responds, okay? And sometimes the universe responds really quickly, or sometimes there's a gestation period. We can't always control the timeline, but we've all experienced synchronicities in life when we think of something and it just comes in. We think of someone and they call us, okay? We're needing money and money just drops in from somewhere, okay? Like the universe responds, okay? So everything is simply a reflection of our energy, absolutely everything. We also have the universe's energy running through us. So again, whatever your relationship with is, with the divine, whether it's God, source, the universe, we have this running through us. And when people say, and in the spiritual world, we say a lot, I am one with all that is. I am that I am one. We're all connected. That's what that means. We actually have the universe's God's energy running through us. In science terms, It's called ATP energy. It's the adenosine triphosphate. I can never say it properly, but that is in. Prav can probably say it. Yeah, I'll leave it to the scientists and the doctors, but it's running through all of our cells, okay? And that's what that means. So I'm not going to get too technical whatsoever. There are deeper teachings on this. Yeah, ATP energy. There's an incredible book, Becoming Supernatural. If you've not read that, I highly recommend it. And we also go deeper on quantum energetics over in self-source. But as a baseline, I just felt that that was important to share. Okay. So in this process of leading from soul, it's important for us to be aware and understand the levels of consciousness. So essentially, learning to lead from soul, and I believe it's a journey of a lifetime. I don't believe that there's ever a destination that we get to. I don't believe that that's the point. I believe that it's an evolution and growth over a lifetime, okay? And throughout life, we continue to raise in consciousness. When we raise in consciousness, it has an impact on everything, absolutely everything. It has an impact on our business. It raises the consciousness of our business. It raises the consciousness of the family unit. It raises the consciousness of relationships, which ultimately the ripple effect of us raising our own consciousness is we raise the consciousness of the planet. Okay, so when we do this, just us, like forget about the business, but just us, you'll see that the ripple effect that that has on everyone in your life, okay? And it raises the consciousness of the planet. But you're all heart-led founders with a business. So your business has a consciousness. And when you feel into all the people that touch your business, so your direct clients, your direct customers, but every post, every YouTube video, every blog, every session, every conversation, the way you train your team, it's all energized with your consciousness. It changes things for people, and that's part of the impact. So what we're doing in this is the impact is limitless and the ripple effect of you is limitless. Okay. So in this, it's important for us to tune into the levels of consciousness. And for those of you in self-source, you would have heard this last week. Okay. But I felt it was important to bring this into the conversation. So I'm going to talk about the 4 levels of consciousness. This is not my work. I always reference when I'm referencing other people's work. So this is, for those of you who follow Michael Beckwith, his work is absolutely incredible. But Michael Beckwith talks about 4 stages of consciousness to progress from feeling like a victim to manifest in life, to be in the channel, and then realizing I am it. Like I am one, okay? And what I also want to say before I go into this isn't a hierarchy of how good a person we are. Sometimes we get a bit of a spiritual ego about this, or can feel that we're better at any level. It's nothing to do with that. It just is. It's just a level of consciousness. And if it's something that you want to do, you can choose to grow into different levels of consciousness. Okay, but it doesn't mean anything, actually. It just is what it is. So the first level is victim stage. So in this stage, people are feeling that life happens to them. It's very much driven by outside circumstances, blaming others, okay? focused on the problems. So the focus is on external forces shaping their reality, whether it's the economy or whether it's what someone did, whether it's, I don't know, like feeling that they can't move forward in the business or in the job, feeling stuck. Okay, so that victim stage, it's very much this happens to me. That happened to me. They did this to me. They said that to me. Okay, the first level. The second level is manifestor stage. It's very much in by me. So at this stage, a person like is they're radical responsible for themselves. Okay, they've got a level of accountability. They know how to show up. A lot of people at this level are in really high level leadership positions, CEO positions. There's a lot of high performing people at this level, but it's very much like it's what the person is capable of as a human. So a person might be so intelligent and so capable and excellent at what they do. And at this level, they're capped as a human. Okay, so to create more, they work more. If I need something done right, I'll do it myself. It's very much people who are stuck in burnout can definitely see old versions of Frankie really stuck in this level, really stuck in the hustle and the grind. Okay. So they're highly responsible people, but it's, I'm doing it. It's me. It's on me, right? The third stage, we realize that there's a higher power and we co-create with that higher power. It's through me. So here it's become undeniable that we manifest things. We know how to manifest things, and it's undeniable. We can feel source working through us. But there's just an attachment. There's just an attachment there. We become attached to everything that we're creating. We don't know how to let go. It can feel difficult to lean back. It can feel difficult to surrender and trust. It's undeniable that we're co-creating, and it's undeniable that there's miracles unfolding, but there's just an attachment. Often at this level, we attach our worthiness to success. So who would I be without it? Oh, that's scary, right? Who would I be without this manifestation? That feels a bit scary. Okay, or we want it so bad that we create resistance, like we're so attached. Yvonne, the third stage is called the channel stage, through me. Through me. And the fourth stage is the oneness. The fourth stage is when we realize that the separation dissolves. It absolutely dissolves. There's a unity, there's a oneness. So when you're manifesting the new clients, there's a realization that you're already connected with the clients. There's nothing to get. It's they're already there. And there's that oneness. So I was doing this work with a client this week, and she asked a brilliant question after our session. And she asked, what the difference was, if in the oneness we surrender, if we're in complete surrender, aren't our desires based on ego? Okay, so if in the oneness we're in complete surrender, are our desires based on ego? Okay, and when I fell into this, I thought it was a brilliant question, a really thought-provoking question. And I believe that our desires are like they come from soul, okay? But the intention behind our desires will depend on the level of consciousness we're sitting at. So it depends on, are we attached? So, for example, I am desiring, okay, to scale my self-source mastermind. When I feel into this, when I do my visualizations, like I know it's not a if or when, or I know it's going to scale. I feel 100 and then hundreds of people in the room, and it's so exciting. It doesn't need to happen next month, and I'm loving the journey. I'm loving what we've got, but I know it's going to grow. Okay, there's been points on the journey I've been like needing it to grow a bit, right? When I'm in that energy, there is ego attached. Ego attached. I'm attached. Okay, I'm not in surrender. I'm not leaning back. I'm not fully available for that co-creation. When I'm in this energy and I can just feel it happening and it's bringing in different conversations, but I'm not attached. I'm allowing people to come in and work. At the moment, I'm not attached that it has to be in self-sourced. Right now, there's more people coming in to work with me privately, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's all unfolding the way it's supposed to unfold because I'm not attached, but it just feels like truth. Okay, so our desires are our desires, and we get to tune into the energy behind our desires. Okay, and we can feel where we are with it. What I want to say is when we're raising our own consciousness, it's the work of a lifetime, right? Some people are able to move straight in their 20s or they're raised this way. Some people are working through it in their 40s and their 50s and their 60s. So there's never a, I'm not there yet. It's just always a journey, absolutely always a journey. And I'm definitely not plugged into as me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm working on mastering it, very much working on mastering it. I'm catching and realigning all the time, all the time. Okay. So just to highlight, it doesn't make us any better person on where we're at. We're not even required to go in this journey to create success. There's loads of highly successful people at all the levels. As I said, there's a lot of CEOs and entrepreneurs who are in that by me consciousness or through me consciousness. A lot of coaches and healers are very much in the through me consciousness. Okay, we just get to because we get to. Okay, we get to because we get to. When we're in the oneness consciousness, this is when we're like tapped into our highest self. Okay, we're tapped into that gold zone consciousness. We're able to quantum leap quickly. We get guidance easily. It's very easy for us to know our truth. We can make moves, take steps, take action, even when it isn't logical, because we just know, because we know, because we know, because we know, and we trust. We trust. There's less fear and resistance because there's a depth of trust there. We don't need to know all of the how because that's our how. Okay, and Eileen's nodding along because she knows. So manifestation becomes a lot easier. Being a human becomes a lot easier. We have higher levels of perspective, higher levels of peace. Who doesn't want more peace? Okay. A big part of this work and a big part of what we're doing over in the Self-Source Mastermind is really mastering being connected into the possibility paradigm. Okay, this is a core part of this work, a core part of this work. Most of us have been programmed and most of us operate from problem paradigm. Okay, an issue occurs, we need to figure out the issue and create a result. We are feeling down, we go to counselling, we go to healing, we sort it out and we move forward. We are creating a result in our business, we do lots of things and we create the result. So we get addicted to this way of working. We're so deeply programmed into the problem paradigm, like the burnout cycles. To create a result in business, that's problem paradigm. Look, challenges coming up again, 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 again. Problem paradigm. Okay. So healing still very much has a place. If someone is traumatized or if you're feeling a lot of trauma in your body, okay, it's important to go in and do the healing work because your body may not allow you to shift into possibility paradigm. Okay, so there will be times when like the healing is required, but it's always about going back into shifting the belief codes. A lot of people are staying stuck in cycles because they're not going to the root, they're just working on the symptoms. So a dysregulated nervous system is not the problem, it's a symptom. It's a symptom of what's going on in the energy and the belief coding. So when we're doing healing work, it's not about healing the nervous system. It's about going back and healing the energy or changing the energy, and that will change your experience of your nervous system. That's not to say that I'm by no means saying don't do nervous system work. I love body work. I'm doing breath work. I'm going to yin yoga tonight. I love a cacao ceremony. I love nervous system work. I absolutely do, and we get to nurture and pour into ourselves like that. But when we're looking for a transformation, we need to go to the root, which is the energy and the belief coding, and then we get to nurture ourselves. Okay? So healing very much has a place. All the body work, the somatic work, it's all absolutely incredible. Okay? But sometimes we're treating the symptom, not going to the root. Okay? So the possibility paradigm is when we're retraining ourselves to be plugged into the highest solution available to you. So rather than if something comes up and it feels like a problem, rather than focusing on that and trying to figure it out and trying to solve it, it's looking at, okay, that's what it is. I'm not going to judge it. What do I want instead? If every solution were available, if every reality were available, what do I want instead? And then we start to retrain our mind. Initially, your mind will go to the problem and it will think about it, but it's retraining our energy to be plugged into possibility plugged into the potential, plugged into what is possible. So energetically, we're always looking for the highest solution. Our mind starts to work that way as well. Okay. When we're plugged into the highest solution, the universe starts to give us that. This has been scientifically proven and it just happens all the time. But quantum science shows us now that when we're doing something with matter, when we're moving energy in one place, there'll be another place in the universe where it's responding. And there's scientific experiments showing us how particles are responding. Okay? And this is how we're manifesting things all the time. All the time. I'll give you another example. So I was on a call with my mentor, Anna Kitney, yesterday. And again, everything that I'm talking about today, it's work I'm doing. I'm doing it all the time, every day. So we were on a call and I tapped into my future reality and my future reality with Ravi, my husband. And we're not working in our home office. We're working together from beach clubs and we are working in the business together on the finances. Ravi's a numbers guy. Why is he not doing the numbers in my business? So in this future version, he's doing the numbers. He's all over the finances. Like we're investing together. There's just so much stuff that we're doing together. I swear to God, I got off the call. There was not a minute that went by. Ravi's in Palma right now in Mallorca. I got a video call from Ravi, not a video call, one of those video notes on WhatsApp. I don't know how to do them, but a video. And he's like, babe, I'm in this beach club. Look, it's gorgeous. Look at the mountains. And I'm working. Let's not work from our home office again. I'm with you. I'm manifesting that. I'm visualizing that. Let's do finance together. Let's do finance together. He's going to go and learn investing. I hadn't had a human conversation with Ravi. Ravi doesn't say words like manifestation and visualization. So, and I do this stuff all the time, but it's always a miracle. Always, always, always a miracle. So I called him and we made a plan about it. So it's all happening. Okay. But that's what I'm talking about. We shift our energy here, and then the other energy responds to it, whether it's the energy in money or the energy in our husband, our partner, our mum, our business, our team. It responds to it. Always, always, always. Okay. So when we're plugged into the possibility, that was possibility paradigm. And that's a quantum leap for me and Ravi. Our, I won't go into it, but our financial blueprints weren't always, we didn't always work together so well in the finances. We've got different financial blueprints, completely different financial blueprints. So that was definitely a quantum leap for us. I'll just plug top in. So when we're plugged into the possibility paradigm, we're really in the gold zone. We're connected to source, right? We're in, a lot of people are calling it the God zone. Okay, so you're leading with your heart, you're aligned, you're tapped into that highest self. Synchronicities are just happening, manifestations are happening, and you're in the perfect energy to create quantum leaps in your life. Okay, when you're tapped into this energy. Okay, and as I said, we're going to be doing the quantum jumping process for the very first time that I've done it in a group setting. So I'm so excited to get into this. Okay, so what is the quantum jumping process? So this is a multi-dimensional activation. Okay, so for business evolution, for wealth expansion, for relationship expansion. Okay, and it's a guided experience that allows you to really get that future hindsight in the now. So if you were to look back on instances, you a year ago, you 10 years ago in your business, you would give you completely different advice. You would say, do this, do that. You'll save so much time. Just have that conversation. Just take the big leap. Oh, hold back on that. Like, do that different. Just, you should have trusted yourself there. You would say all of this, okay? So in the quantum jumping process, this is what we're doing. We're getting that hindsight, but we're getting it in reverse. We're tapping into future realities, future versions of you through source consciousness, okay? Through source consciousness. So this isn't just you tapping into higher self or tapping into the future or tapping into a person. We're also going to be doing it in co-creation with source consciousness. And what that does is it allows you to look at the highest possible outcome available, okay? And it allows you to expand the vision. So whether it's for your business or your relationship or whatever it is, it allows you to expand, because sometimes we have a manifestation, but the universe's manifestation for us is bigger. That plan is so much bigger. Okay, and when we're doing it through sources consciousness, you're going to feel a lot of healing occur. Again, there's nothing that you need to do. It's just going to happen. And you're going to feel like a lot of energetic upgrades occur as you go through this process. Okay, and it'll just happen as part of the process. There's nothing that you need to do. Okay, so I'm licensed to use this soul aligned quantum jumping process through the work that I've been doing with Anna Kitney. Okay, so I'm so excited to bring this in. It really is a sacred space, a sacred process for you to explore, create the changes within yourself, and actually embody that quantum leap. And as I say, the miracles that have been occurring in my life and clients' life recently is just absolutely incredible. It's not about fixing, it's about remembering. Okay, so there'll be some resistance that you're holding right now. And it's not about focusing on that resistance. That resistance, you'll feel it start to release as part of the process. You'll feel it start to release as part of the process. And you'll start to recode this future reality and the version of you who's normalized it. You'll start to just recode that and bring that into the now, anchoring these new truths into your body. Okay, so it's not just a visualization, okay? You're actually going into a future reality and bringing that in. Okay, so really working with the principles of the laws of the universe and quantum energetics that we've talked about. So I want to just share my screen. Before I go into the process, I'm going to share my screen and just share a slide on what I would go through when I'm doing this with a private client, and it will give you a clear idea on what we're going to go through today, okay? You can do it with your eyes open, Rachel. And I'll be inviting you to stand up, but you don't need to stand up. You can just energetically move about. It's all right. You don't need to roll your eyes or anything today. Amazing. Okay. everyone see this screen? Cool. So this is what we're going to do today. This is the quantum jumping process, the solar line quantum jumping process. We're going to start off. You don't need to do anything just now. I'm just talking through it. You're going to start off in position 1. You'll have 3 positions on my screen. There are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 positions. You won't do all of this today. You're only going to do 3. Okay, and you get to choose what you're doing. Okay, so you'll start off in your first position. It's always you. Always, always, always you. Okay? And then you'll move into second position, which is source. When you step into source, you're stepping into the energy of source, the energy of the universe. Okay? You will be able to then see yourself, see your life, see your situations, see your business, your relationships through the lens of source. Okay? In this, you'll receive some rapid healing. When you see yourself through the lens of source, this will instantly change your identity. There's going to be a lot of identity change today, but you're instantly going to change how you see yourself because it'll be so profoundly different. Okay? From here, you have a choice, and you can make the choice now, or you can allow yourself to be intuitively led when I'm taking you through the session. You can decide as to whether you're going into you in a year and you're going to do that, or you can decide to concentrate on an area. You can concentrate on your business as a whole. You can concentrate on your team, your clients, your money. You can concentrate on your health, your family, a family member. And if you've got multiple kids, I would choose one child for this specific example, or one family member. Or you can concentrate on your partner. Okay? So in this session, simply with time, we're only doing it in 3 steps. But when you're going back in to do this yourself, you want to do it with all areas of your life. In self-source, the self-source mastermind, we're going to be doing it in every area over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so we'll do every area of your life. But if you're going back in to do this yourself, you want to do it in every area. Otherwise, you end up compromising areas. This is where we leap in one area, but not in another. So I've got success in business, but marriage is hurting. Or I'm making more money, but I'm stressed out and maybe I've got gut health problems. Okay, so you want to do it in every area, so you're creating that quantum leap in every area. And I'm just going to pause. Has anyone got any questions about the process in terms of, is it clear? Does it make sense? Is there anything unclear? And I'll open up to deeper questions at the end of the session. But if anyone has any questions about the process, yeah.
Do we choose 3 areas now? Is that? Yeah.
I'm going to guide you through it.
Okay.
I'm going to guide you through it. So you can go into the session with an intention. So the 3 areas will be, everyone's first area will be me, then source, and you personally choose your 3rd area. So it can be a relationship, it can be the business, and you might be clear on what you're going into. And if you don't know, it's okay. You'll know when we're in it. Okay? Amazing. Does anyone get any other questions about the process? I don't want to jump in if anyone's like, what is she talking about? It's all clear. Okay. Amazing.
Sorry, thank you. I'd put it in the chat just because it's noisy in here. Is it always a year, or can you focus on a timeline like 6 months from now?
Absolutely. You can focus on what you want, Rachel. You can do it for 10 years, you can do it for 6 months. You can do it for your lifetime. So absolutely, it's I've just focused it in a year just for the purpose of this session. Amazing. Thanks for that. Okay. So we're just going to reconnect before I invite you to go into this process and just connecting back into your heart space, taking the breaths into the heart, and you can do this with eyes open, eyes closed, it doesn't matter. Simply setting your intention. And to receive these activations of new belief codes and downloads of your self-source CEO, simply say yes out loud. I am the source of my success, my safety, and my abundance. I lead with integrity, intuition, and inspired action. My energy is my currency with the universe. And I always invest wisely in my energy. I am already everything I need to be to create what my soul desires. The more I embody my truth, the more magnetic I become. I trust the timing of my expansion. There's no rush when I'm in alignment. I am wildly compensated for being fully myself. My business is an extension of my soul. It gets to feel deeply fulfilling. The right clients, customers, and opportunities find me because I'm anchored in my frequency. I allow ease, pleasure, and overflow to lead my strategy. I quantum leap by collapsing timelines, not pushing harder. I'm a channel for divine ideas and multi-dimensional impact. Every version of me is cheering me on. I walk with all of their wisdom. Money flows to me because I hold the codes of wealth with grace. I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to lead a new paradigm. My presence is powerful. My voice is potent. My message is the medicine. I get to be soft and strong, feminine and fierce, visionary and grounded. I don't chase. I attract, I align, I receive. It's safe to be seen in my fullest expression. I am the self-source CEO. I lead from within and I rise without limits. And to receive all of these downloads and any others that you desire to receive, simply say yes out loud. Just remaining connected. I'm going to invite you into the soul-aligned jumping process. And if you're in a space where you can do so, inviting you to come back into your body. And when you're ready, gently stand up, taking a drink of water if you need a drink of water. If you cannot stand up and move around, you can simply do this in your heart and just imagine that you're moving around. So if you've got your 3 bits of paper, write me on one, write source on the other, and on your 3rd bit, choose the area if you know it. If you know your 3rd spot, choose that area. And then I want you to gently just put them down on the ground and just have a step between them. So they're not all spread out, it's simply just one step because you want to just step right into them. If you don't have paper, don't worry. You can simply open up energy vortexes. You can go like that and set the intention. The energy vortex for you, the energy vortex for source. And if you're doing this, you'll feel the energy moving in your hands. You'll feel it. And the energy vortex for the 3rd position, whether or not you know what that is. Okay? If you have your phone handy as you're doing this, it can be really powerful just to record into your phone, into the audio. So when I'm doing this, I'm recording into the audio, so I don't need to remember everything. I'm literally just, I'm in the positions, I'm talking, I'm connected, I'm channeling, it's working through me. And I'm just sharing everything that I've got in the audio. And as I'm going into the next position, I'm talking about how Source sees me. I'm changing my identity, all in here. And in the third position as well. So if that feels aligned for you, you can definitely use your phone as we do this. I know for me, when I'm going back, I get ChatGPT to transcribe it. And it saves me so much time, and I've got my action plan. Okay. So just inviting everyone to stand in your first position. You're standing in you. Tuning into where you are now. Feeling your energy. You may want to do a gentle body scan from head to toe, and if that feels good for you, you can do that. Gently exploring where you are in your life. Asking yourself intuitive questions. As if you're coaching yourself through this picture, this feeling, this insightfulness of you in your life. Sharing it all in your phone if that feels good. Capturing on audio note. And gently preparing to move into second position. So just wrapping up and gently completing, for now, position 1. As you move into second position, you're moving into source. And as you move into the energy of source, You may feel this whoosh of energy as you step into source consciousness, setting the command that you're connected and able to see through the lens of source consciousness. Setting the command that you're bringing source consciousness into you, into your business, into your relationships, into all areas of life. You might start to witness this. You might just feel it. You may feel the energy pulsating. You may just know that it's moving through. And you now start to see yourself through the lens of source. How do you see yourself when you see yourself through the eyes of God, the universe? Maybe there's more beauty inside and out. The strength, the pride, the love. How capable you are. The source sees you at your absolute highest potential. Start to explore that. Allowing for limiting belief codes to simply melt away without any digging or healing. As you simply see yourself in your higher truth, your higher power and authenticity. I feel like some of you are actually physically seeing yourself rise. Some of you are getting taller, more upright, your shoulders back. There's a fierceness, a bigness, a vastness. Allowing it all to come through as you rapidly create this quantum leap in your identity. As you now see yourself as the self-source CEO. You're the one that leads with your intuition. Trust yourself to the core. Co-creates. You know for sure that the universe has got your back. You're deep in your conviction. You're certain of your work and your impact. You make the moves without hesitation. And feeling this image of yourself lock in and cement. It just is. And as you prepare to move into your third position, Set the command that you're stepping into the highest outcome available in your field. And simply clarifying what your third position is. You now know if you're stepping into business, clients, team, or money. You now know if you're stepping into a relationship or your health. And on the count of 3, you step into third position. 1, 2, 3. Stepping in. And straight away you'll feel the shift in the energy. You'll feel the difference in this area of your life. The reality is just a completely different level of consciousness. It's so different from where you've been. And just explore that area. Coaching yourself through it, asking intuitively led questions. Asking what else? What else? And allow the vision, the feelings, the knowing to expand and unfold. If it just keeps getting better and better, what does it look like? What does better than that look like? And gently bringing yourself out of this process. Remaining connected. And gently back in to your seat. And you've just created a quantum leap, stepped into a new version of yourself, a completely new paradigm, new reality. Start to write down what actions, what are the moves, what have you committed to? What are you doing in the next 48 hours? And not from a place of fear, but simply awareness. That you know the price you pay if you don't make these moves. You've saw it in the reality. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Whatever is coming through for you, I really encourage you to prioritise it. There'll be things to implement today. There'll be things to implement over the weekend. There'll be ways of being that you've just moved into. You just are this now. It could be big things, big decisions, big conversations, big moves, investments, or it could be fun things. In one of my recent quantum jumps, I was wearing like gold Fabletics Pilates pants and a crop top, and I just went on and bought them. And they're such a vibe. Like I'm clearing out all my business wear. Future Frankie with the globe watch. I don't wear business wear, so I've just stopped. I don't need to put on a facade. So it's tapped into a more relaxed version, more easeful growth. So whatever it is for you, How is everyone feeling? What came through? Close my window. So would anyone like to be coached or receive guidance on that experience and what came through? This is the space now where you can come on and receive answers to questions or be coached by me, or simply come on and share any reflections. Cab's got her hand up. Yeah, just pop yourself off mute.
Thank you. I chose my third as family, but quite a few things came through. Obviously, I know we've been talking, and I'm going to apologize to my brother, and I'm going to contact my mom, and I'm going to change how I speak to Vish and in business. But like, so I found it difficult to focus on one thing because it felt like when I was in source energy, those three things, which seemed to be the biggest problems in my life, they just went. And what came through for me was this is not, it's not important. You're not attached to this. So that was quite profound because then I had loads of time to think about the other stuff. Um, yeah.
Wow.
And there's a picture that I had me and Vish were on our honeymoon. Well, it was a strange kind of honeymoon because it was kind of coincided with taking my dad's ashes to India, and so there was a lot of religious places that we visited. And there was like a statue of um, a Sikh warrior female in history, and it's a statue which he took a picture of, and he was like, "This is you. This is how I see you," and I saw that, and it's like this woman with she's got this sword, and that came through for me. I saw that really clearly. So I feel like I detached myself from that pain associated with the family matters at the moment. And I think that will allow me to move forward with more clarity. And in business, I've been thinking quite a few things that I've been taking aligned action in, but not really. I've been scared of how they're going to turn out, and feeling like I'm not empowered enough or knowledgeable enough to execute them. Like methods of like recurring revenue or and investments. And there's a piece of technology that I've been umming and ahhing about, and I'm just going to buy it. I'm going to message her after this. I'm going to just buy it, and yeah, just set myself up for a bit more aligned, bit more focused, aligned action whilst having the time freedom, because I feel like I went from the hustle to the ease, but now I'm just like, oh, I'm just in ease. And today my day totally changed because of Vish, but it was eat from ease. I was like, yeah, I have got time. I've got coaching at 12, but we can go out for breakfast. But I need to just have that balance as well. Otherwise I won't get anything done.
Wow. I'm speechless, and it's not often that happens. Absolutely speechless. And I love what's came through for your family and that perspective and just solutions, and everything else has just melted away. And there's this clear path forward. And often when we go into one section, we're all connected. So when we shift, all the areas shift. So it's natural for your business things to come out because it's all an extension of you, and with the ease and the growth. I love that you've tuned into investments and specifics. So it's not about having to hustle our butts off. We can do it that way. We've all done it that way. And it can just be about these precision moves.
And I also, I saw my baby and I saw us having a barbecue with my family.
Mm, yeah. What also came through is when you were talking about your honeymoon, a baby moon.
Yeah.
Baby moon. Yeah. So feel into that.
Mm.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. This literally made my day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to share? Radhika's got her hand raised.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in Source, I could just feel the energy of something else. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just so very light.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like how Source saw me was just someone evolving. Like I've always thought, oh my God, it took me so long to come here. It just felt like you're exactly where you are supposed to be, and probably even faster. But to me, it felt like, oh my God, I took a long time to reach with all the work and stuff. And then the next step I saw was 8 months from now, where I am. And the vision that I saw was us, like me and my partner, we're in a gathering and we're hosting friends and family. It felt like like a cold place. And somehow, like one option came to mind, but that's not where we're even thinking of, like moving. And then it just kept changing, like the location kept changing, and like kept switching between three locations, and I didn't realize which one was it. And then because I wanted to go deeper into that aspect of like where am I moving and what's kind of happening, but I couldn't get an answer there. So
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to listen to your thoughts. And I also got the answer that the location doesn't matter. You just need to focus on your work, and like everything else kind of will be taken care of. But I guess the mind wants to know. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And I love that you shared that when you saw yourself through Source's perspective, like the judgment just melted away. We judge
Yeah.
ourselves for being not far on enough or behind, or all of these stories, and that just really, so that was so powerful. And I love that you've had the realization that like we are our own home inside. Okay, so you can be happy and successful anywhere. Yes, you can. And at the same time, we do thrive in certain environments. So there will be environments that are more and less aligned for you and your husband, and you can explore that. So there's multiple countries, like Europe's coming through, but there's multiple places that you can
Yeah.
move to, and you can do the quantum jumping process with the three places. So you could have it that you have three countries or three cities and you explore each reality. So you explore the next level for you, your business, your husband, and then in that energy, feel into what that looks like in Germany, feel into what that looks like in Portugal, feel into what that looks like in the UK, for example. For
Yeah.
example, and each time you'll be able to explore that outcome and then bring that intelligence in, and you'll
Okay.
just know, you'll know what's
Okay.
best. Does
Yeah.
that answer your
That
question?
sounds, yeah, that answers my question. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Yvonne?
Yep. I just needed this today. I've got to say, I hadn't quite realised how much I needed it until we were on this. because the past couple of weeks I've had a lot going on that's probably taken me out the game a bit. But whenever you started going through the 4 levels of consciousness, the first one of victim stage, that hit me right between the eyes. And it's not the kind of person that I am, but I just allowed myself, it was like, and then there's this, and then there's this, and I felt as though I was spiraling a wee bit. So that was fantastic. And then doing the 3 stages, apart from laughing at the dog when I put the paper on the floor, he kept looking at me as though, what are you doing? I'm not allowed to put paper on the floor. Um, but walking through that was great. When we moved on to source, the feeling of heat that I had was incredible. I didn't feel hot, if that makes sense, but it was just, and it was my whole body. And I then realised I am on the right path, I'm on the right journey. I know that myself, but I just needed probably reconfirmation of it. And then I chose business. And when I stepped into that, I did start smiling because it just felt comfortable. It felt ease. But very quickly I started thinking, and you and I have spoken about this before, instead of just what I'm focusing on, there's so many other things. But I kept bringing it back to focus on this first. And, I've spoken to some people about coaching, and I don't know what I expected. I spoke to 3 people about coaching and they all wanted it straight away. That's not how it works. So that was coming through a lot to me of trust the process, know that it's working out, but you need to work. And 5 words kept coming through to me: fun, flexibility, finances, freedom, and fulfillment. If I do what I need to do, which I know what I need to do, if I do it, but do it from heart rather than, oh, I need to do that. Do it because I want to do it. Who can I genuinely help? But those 5 things just kept coming through to me, which I don't know where the 5 Fs, but it just all kind of flowed that way.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of key things. This thing that's kind of hanging over us, it's that way. It was like, well, you just need to sort it. You need to get in touch with somebody legal and find out what it means or what it is. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Well, I don't know what's going to happen unless I do that. So it was things like that that you're like, you know what you need to do, but instead of thinking about it all, actually enjoy it, take action, take control of it, and just move things forward.
Beautiful, powerful, powerful, powerful share. Oh my goodness, when you talked about stepping into source there, I felt
Oh.
it was like like a whoosh of like an activation heat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had said you might feel a difference, and I was a bit like, I love if you do, but I hadn't expected. And my shoulders as well. I felt something around my shoulders and kind of in my gut. It was
yeah.
those, but the heat first of all was a bit like, whoa, and then I remember holding my stomach thinking, oh, and then something around my shoulders. But I then was smiling because I had thought, this feels, oh, and I'd written down, it was kind of ease, being at ease with things. So I'd written that word down as well. That kept coming through of, it feels right, it feels comfortable. This is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah,
And it feels, I've got that ease around it.
beautiful, beautiful. And set that intention as you're going into the legal thing that you're talking about. Set the intention that it's going to be easeful and set the intention for the highest outcome, and it's just done. It's not going to be hard. It's not going to be tricky. You're going to get the best person to help you, and the highest outcome is just done.
And I did start doing that this week. When I was waking up in the morning, I would take a couple of minutes to set the intentions for the day,
Yeah.
but I would also think about what I'm grateful for. And then I actually started writing down a bit, I'm grateful that I got this sorted, and it was sorted in the best way for me. And every now and again, I get a bit of, oh God, I need to get that sorted. And I'm dancing around it, whereas that's not me. I normally, hit things straight on. So I think getting the mindset right and then dealing with it, it's like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, absolutely. And with the business growth as well, Yvonne, that's your zone of genius. You know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly how to do it. You have done it so many times before. And the same with usually just going in and hitting the nail in the head. You're so skilled, so it's not a not knowing how to do it. You want to do it with heart now.
Uh-huh.
It's
And I think,
just that, and just coming into the energy. And
yep,
sometimes it's before doing these things, bringing yourself back into this energy until it just becomes a natural way. So initially, it could be a ritual going into your work, a
yep,
ritual sitting down to do the legal email until it just flows and there's no effort required. It's just how you are.
yep.
And with the levels of consciousness, there's no judgment. There's days where I'm back to back busy and I'll get to the end of the day and I'm so busy. I'm like, oh, that's no, I know better than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, thank you very much for that. As I say, I really needed today and hadn't realised, so I really appreciate and I'm so grateful for you doing this today.
I'm so grateful to have you on it, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Amazing. Does anyone else have any questions at all? Eileen?
Just a little sharing to say huge thank you, Frankie, as always, for guiding us through this. I had a massage client this morning who was late, and I did think, will I get on here? So I was late, and just like what Yvonne's saying, I didn't realise how much I needed this right now. And it was just like we all headed off in this rocket to somewhere else, but it just reflected to me like how easy it is to step in to that place. Because when I stepped into Source, it was light and free and floaty and ease and grace. And what came through is a lot of the things that I've been saying to myself, like I am worthy of more, I am deserving. That's all got like it's redundant. Of course I am. Do you know, to stop spending time on going over this old ground, Eileen? Like I'm this woman now in my wisdom at 53. So share, do you know, yesterday I had an interesting conversation with my nail lady who started asking me about my spiritual side and what brought you to this place and whatever, and she is just not into that at all. And it just kind of, and I said this to you, I think yesterday, Frankie, on our call, that I believe I need to speak more about like that spiritual side, how that supports me every day, but all the journey, because that was one of the door openers for me 100%. So just be me, share in a greater way my gifts and my beliefs, and you know, not getting caught up in like getting out from under my own 2 feet, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
in a big way and out of that head, because I can relate to what Yvonne's saying. So thinking now of the actions, the business, the financial thing is done, but is like a ritual, as a ceremony, like how I go through my days. Do you know, enjoy it, enjoy it. You know, I've done the hustle, I've done the grind, I've done the corporate for 23 years. Do you know, I'm now my own master. I can do whatever I want. You know, I'm the creator. It's not something separate, or I don't need that permission or looking to for somebody to give me that little push. Just go, girl. Do you know?
On fire listening to you. Did you feel a quantum leap when you saw yourself through the eyes of Source? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
self-source CEO.
yeah.
Empire
I think,
builder, founder.
I think you said, Frankie, like people's like it was like I got taller, like
Yeah.
this huge expansion up through the back of my neck in particular and through the crown of my head. Do you know? Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, all your woo, all your magic, all the spiritual teachings, all that wisdom, that's the magic. Some people won't get it. That's okay right now. But there's so many who will, and so many who want to learn and work with you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
I dilute that slightly, not intentionally, but now I saw that like when I was in that space. And my third thing was finances, like an abundance of overflowing resources and all of that. So yeah, it's all there. It's all there. Thank
amazing.
you.
So what's your next moves in the next today, over the weekend, Monday?
To be in that, to embody that next level of me, and I'm going to look at all my sort of daily rituals and things because some of them are going because I've moved on from that, and not to cling onto that lower level, to fully trust. And I'm away, like when I head off on Sunday, flying and stuff, I'm just going to do a whole clearing.
And I'll also set the intention that business growth and clients get to happen today as you're traveling, and just set that intention as well. And if you're knowing that that's going to happen, what are the needle movers?
Yeah.
So rather than it's not a future thing, it's a now thing.
Thing. Yeah, and I am known to push things into the future. Like I need a bit of time, I need to plan, I need to you don't actually know, it's like I'm ready now.
You're ready now.
Ready now.
So feel into this version now.
Mm.
She pushed things into the future.
Mm.
Does she?
No.
Absolutely not. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so excited for what's going to unfold for you, Eileen. Amazing. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Amazing. If anyone else has got any questions, just pop yourself off mute.
Can I share?
Of course.
So I felt more at ease in my current me self position. I felt very flowy. It was so bright. Everything's simple. Everything's just, going with the flow, trusting the process kind of energy. The resistance, I want to say, the like physically that I was feeling, and the darkness that came in started when I stepped into the source position and then the third position. But in the source position, what I noticed was I saw a whole healing process taking place, or movement into the next stage, is what I want to say. And it's slow movement, but once I got through, like a veil of white light, once I got through, I just become this giant. I saw a giant light, very slow movement, but big impact, big impact. And the third position, I did it for income, money in the business. And it was, again, I saw a lot of, I don't want to call it resistance because it was dark, but it didn't feel like resistance. It felt more like earth energy, more grounded in confidence, very, very confident, very sure of myself, more not too nice, less nice, and no longer seeing my intuition as separate from me. It's not my intuition, it's just who I am. So the action that was coming through, the aligned action, is not really an action. I'm doing all the physical stuff necessary. I don't have to change anything in that, but just rewire the messaging in the current offers, and also in the way that I'm speaking about myself to others, in the way that I'm speaking about myself to myself, to just shift, to embody more of that confidence that I know who I am, I know what I want. I don't need anyone else to tell me what I want. I don't need anyone to, as of now, no need for questioning my actions. No need to question, okay, do I need to work on this and do I need to work on that? If I'm taking an action, it is aligned. If I'm doing something, it is intuitive. And also allow myself to demand to be seen. That was demand, to not allow myself to be seen, demand to be seen. Don't just, it's not about visibility so much as it's just, if you want something, you command it because you deserve it. So stop with the storytelling, this is why I deserve it and all of that. So it's just really about embodying all of that. And then I saw a lot of kids around, a lot of kids just drawn to me. So teaching is a big one that's coming through for the next 3 to 6 months. And I asked more questions about work, but nothing was coming through. It was more about embodiment right now, and just change the messaging and the offers. More confidence, not allow softness and things like that. Just shift that. So yeah.
Incredible, incredible. And just so that I'm clear and I'm getting this right, so you've shifted into like really big impact, using your gifts, sharing your message, and with this level of audacious authenticity and confidence. And is there still any darkness or heaviness in this position, or did it feel
No heaviness. It felt very healthy, but it was dark.
right? Okay. As I'm tuning in, yeah, it's simply releasing the belief that this level of impact is going to be stressful, it's going to be a strain on your body, and releasing any judgment about having money and having a lot of money, because at that level of impact, you need a lot of resources, so you're making a lot of money. Right? So just tune in and shift the beliefs around that. So scaling with ease, scaling with alignment, scaling with purpose, being infinitely supported. Money going through my hands is good for the world. Scaling as service, and it's not money in my hands, it's money going through my hands. So loads of money going through your hands. And it creates the impact, and it raises the consciousness. So the more money I have, the higher the impact. So money going through my hands, it's not bad, it's good for the world. It helps humanity. The more financially abundant I am, the better a woman I am, the more I can lead from soul. So coding in those beliefs and any other empowering beliefs that come through for you in terms of scaling with alignment, and money in your hands is good for the world, money going through your hands is good for the world. And that's going to just clear that little bit of, I don't want to say stickiness, but that little bit out. Yeah, that's incredible though. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank you. Thank you.
excited. Right. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Or does it feel complete? Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so, so much for today. I am going to share in an email, and I'll pick up conversations separately with whoever is interested in talking to me about private coaching, or the Self-Source Mastermind or membership, or the day retreat, a day with your higher self, the Goddess retreat. We're going to be doing the full quantum jumping experience at the Goddess retreat. That's the 31st of July. People are flying in from it. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. But I feel like we've went deep today. I had planned to share the details, but it feels complete. So the details will be shared on everything in an email, and of course in separate conversations with whoever wants to pick that up and move forward with me. But thank you so, so much. It's been absolutely incredible to do this with you. It means the world that we actually get to go as deep as we did, and I just, I'm blown away with what's come through, and I cannot wait to see what unfolds over the next 48 hours, over the next few weeks and months. Sending you so, so much love, and have an amazing weekend.
Thanks, Frankie. You too.
Thanks so much.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.